Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. More than a dozen people have been evacuated after a fire broke out at one of the silos on Kooragang Island this morning. Crews arrived at 6:30 to find a fire in a conveyor belt on the lower level of a silo containing a cement product. 18 workers were safely evacuated while one worker was treated for smoke inhalation. Crews took about an hour to extinguish the fire, which is believed to have started in a bearing on the conveyor belt. Newcastle Fire Command says the contents of the silo were not involved in the fire. The Prime Minister has ruled out building a small-scale nuclear reactor on the site of the Liddell Power Station near Muswellbrook. Opposition leader Peter Dutton has come out in support of a call from the Nationals to build small nuclear power plants to help shore up power supply as coal-fired power is phased out. Anthony Albanese says nuclear energy is the slowest to put in place and the most expensive. He says he's yet to see a financing proposal which makes nuclear power a viable alternative, and Australia needs real solutions to address future energy needs. Meanwhile, another major battery is set to be built in the Hunter. The state government has announced plans to build two batteries, one at Muswellbrook and the other at Wellington in the Central West. It will be used to store power from the renewable energy network for around 100,000 homes and used in times of high demand for electricity. Staff from Hunter Local Land Services have been working to tackle the region's fox and wild dog problem. On-ground and aerial baiting is being implemented across the region in order to protect native animals and local livestock. General Manager Brett Miners says the 4-month program has been invaluable to landholders and key stakeholders.
The Autumn Blitz had 570 properties, and that takes an enormous amount of work and coordination to everybody to be doing the same predator control at the same time.
A new support package has been announced for hunter beekeepers reeling from the varroa mite outbreak. The state government is giving the industry $31 million to help eradicate the deadly pest, which has seen hives destroyed across the Hunter and elsewhere in the state. The outbreak started in Newcastle just over a year ago. Parents and carers in the Hunter are being encouraged to educate themselves about school refusal. There's been a growing number of students across the Hunter and Australia refusing to go to school since the pandemic. Reach Out CEO Ashley De Silva says there's often an underlying issue when a child feels too stressed to go to school.
It tends to have quite a high amount of stigma attached to it. So oftentimes parents and carers who are facing this at home feel that the general attitude in the community is one that's more like, oh, come on, you're being too lenient, or really the kid just needs to suck it up.
2NURFM Sport.
Jets coach Rob Stanton says his side is on the right path after securing an Australia Cup round of 32 spot. Despite captain Brandon O'Neill spending the night in hospital due to severe dehydration, they defeated Melbourne Victory 4-2 on penalties in the 120-minute affair. Stanton says there's a lot of work to do before the season officially starts, but the positives are there. Newcastle-based South African surfer Sarah Baum handily defeated Americans Carissa Moore and Lakey Peterson in her championship tour debut. She squeezed her best scores of 5.17 and 4.3 to defeat the world number 1 and number 8 and advance into the quarterfinals. Elsewhere, Merryweather's Ocean Lancaster took the victory in the New South Wales Under-16 finals in Wollongong yesterday. And Anari Tuala has been pushed back into the Knights' extended squad after centre Dane Gagai was named to make his return from injury for Saturday's clash with Melbourne. That's sport. I'm Bella Middleton.
And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 7, 11, 17, 20, 22, 24 and 41, and the supplementaries are 6, 33 and 47. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.